What's up, guys? It's Minereepers, and today I have something very special to share with everybody. We are here with all the main builders of the MineZ update and a few other really cool guys to talk about Shrine and what went into making Shrine of the Dusk, what went into the lore, any, I don't know, funny stories that happened along the way. This is going to be like a developer walkthrough of Shrine of the Dusk. So we have everybody, which
Your channel
you guys
was
should be
edited.
able to talk now.
Hey.
Yes.
Hey,
There you go.
Oh, you beat
not
me to
actually
it.
all of the builders, but I guess all the builders for Shrine of the Dusk.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just roll with it, Halo. Just roll with it.
Yeah,
Just roll with it.
Just roll with it.
You forgot gold.
Or you could, I guess you could edit that out,
demon,
like just like.
and Scar.
So yeah,
Daily.
I guess
Got the
should we
goat.
get started, or is
All right,
there
yeah, I mean we could get
anything
started.
specific to this
No.
to the beginning?
I mean the only really specific thing is like the cathedral here, and I mean we could talk for like 10 minutes about the construction of the cathedral
Any?
because it
any-
definitely took a while.
Did you get inspired to build it by like anything specific?
Well, let me see. When did I build this? I think I built that 3 years ago, which was after a trip to Paris, and you can tell that it's very Gothic influenced.
Yeah. Huh.
If we come down here, I started. This is of course, the first room because we built dungeons like that. You know, normal people.
Yeah.
Although the room itself went through many different iterations. If you look, actually, I think maybe we can still do it. There might be a skull around here somewhere, unless I took it out, that says something about dropping like 30 items into the dispenser. Because the original way you're going to do it was to come down here and you were going to throw 30 arrows in the dispenser, because I had no clue how to
Holy-
redstone. Oh, jeez!
Oh shoot!
Oh.
Another piggy!
Ah!
There's a baby!
Oh, there goes my splash
Like,
potions.
run all the way down.
We're
What
already dead.
happened?
Yeah, let's get all the way down and we'll sit in the cathedral and talk.
Oh my
This
god.
is going well.
I love the
I mean,
pigment just interrupted everything.
Yeah, stupid pigment.
I mean, that's kind of how building goes. Things come and they go.
Man, it'd be so
Someone
great to
dies.
talk about all the construction on this tunnel.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
I know
I like all
pigment
the-
spawners in here.
I like all the camps.
Yeah, that
are
was
all set
added
up.
in like a week before. Originally, the dungeon was gonna be I think very interactive with like double jumps and speed boosts and stuff like that. Alrighty, so that original room was gonna have a dispenser drop to open the door, and then I think I was like,
User in
let's
your
have
channel timed out.
let's have a fake kill.
Wait, sacrifice.
Yeah, fake sacrifice.
Yeah, did you get lost?
Which was fun.
time.
Oh, Joe is still looking at things. And then you would enter that tunnel right there, which would
User
spiral
joined your
down.
channel.
And if you notice, this was the cathedral from MineZ2 in Halia.
Yeah.
And there is actually a lot of symbolism that goes into them, especially if you look at the cathedral here, which has Hestral, and the cathedral up on the top, which has the moon
Oh,
symbol.
I never actually noticed that Hestral up there.
User was moved.
That's
There
really
is
nice.
definitely a significance to those.
When it
I
comes
don't
to
wanna-
any dungeon, there's always going to be an enormous amount of symbolism.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of symbolism. I mean, there's some really cool things that go on with the two cathedrals right there, and especially the connection between MineZ2 and MineZ1, and this is the main bridge between those.
Yeah. Are you gonna go more in depth with that?
No,
That's where I'm drawing the line. All right.
Too into detail.
that's where we're drawing the line.
Yeah.
Nicola Levy, the original head builder who came up with the I guess the groundwork and most of the lore, better than Halo. Shut your face, Matt.
Hey, wake up.
Yeah.
She came up with the direct symbolism, which is something that no one has really actually written out yet, and is really only known to, I think, me and Robert and maybe Matt. Matt doesn't understand the lore as well as he thinks he does.
Just
Called
jabbing at
out.
each other.
Wake up.
But
Hey, I've got the lore. I think I've got it pretty much well
yeah,
understood.
Joe, you've got the lore because I gave it to you.
Yeah. Someone's
Anyway,
gotta write it.
So that tunnel was actually a lot better idea because if you'd seen the original one, it was very bare bones, and I think the first one, if we could go back there, we would, but we're not going to because there's
spooky.
pigmen there now.
Yeah.
There was one where you've seen the graveyard dungeon, right, where it just teleports you randomly.
Yeah.
There was one of those things, and you'd run through like normal. You wouldn't see the tripwire, and it would TP you back up to the top, so it would seem like an infinity maze, and then it would tell you, something has been revealed, and you would go down there, and there'd be a golden pressure plate, and you would step on it and be like, golden pressure plates give you the ability to jump higher, and you could jump over it. And
That's
then
pretty cool.
it was a really cool idea, but after working on the dungeon a bit more, there just wasn't enough areas I could add that to, and especially in the boss room, which is where I wanted it all to come together,
Yeah.
that I couldn't incorporate that into. So that was scrapped.
What about? I thought it wasn't a jump room. It was that like.
Oh, there was a jump.
Dance Revolution room.
I'm not. I don't remember that.
It was. Remember,
Sounds amazing.
And Robert were working on it.
No, you're thinking of the one after that, which was the one where like you get a speed boost and you lower your head and crush through the wall.
No,
I mean,
it was the one where Withers. It was the one where
oh
Withers
no, we'll get to that.
fire
No,
out
you're
of the
thinking of
things.
something else. I'm still talking about that spiral staircase down.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get to
from
the
the
Dance
main-
Dance Revolution.
Okay, this is.
Oh.
This is
Okay.
Alright,
pretty
Are we
so,
gonna?
um,
Sh-
Wait,
are we
was the
gonna
boss
show them
defeated by
the?
Dance Dance Revolution?
We'll show them the Dance Dance Revolution.
Heck yeah.
That's,
Alright.
There
It
was a
still
lot of
works,
things
I
that got
think.
cut from this dungeon.
It works?
Yeah,
It works. It still works. I never deleted any of it. There's like a half a dungeon that's still hidden.
That's cool. Alright, so we're gonna fight this giant?
Anyway, so this is the giant, and before we start, a thing that most people miss is if you look up above the glass, there's this pillar over here that's illuminated by glowstone, and that's very important to notice. So someone fight that giant.
Oh. Okay,
My
everybody
problem.
else, like...
Everyone rushes from the back.
Oh, whoa.
And Robert can tell you some of his ghost stories about working on this.
Robert?
Just that it took months.
He says
Open
with a
heart
lot of
surgery a
grief.
couple times.
There's a couple open heart surgeries, especially during those event testings that we did.
Yeah.
Like the pillar would have already fallen down when the giant spawned,
Oh god.
but the giant didn't do anything.
There were some issues. Part of it was I was still learning the system as we went, so every few weeks I would learn something new, would learn a better way to do it, and then I would dissect the thing and put it back together in a better way that was more reliable.
And I think that's kind of a problem with working on dungeons like this that take more than a month to build, is that you get better at coming up with dungeon names, and then you look back at some of the older ones and you think that you could have done a lot better.
Yeah. Damn,
Which
this
is
giant does not want
Oh, there goes the
definitely
pillar.
something that I think a lot of
I had bleeding.
the builders on here clash with. Oh, there goes the pillar, yeah.
Yeah.
I missed it.
because yeah, me too, because I got bleeding the second that
I was
that
fighting
it was
a zombie.
dropping. Damn it.
Oh,
This what's cool about that room that we just went through where you dropped down is that actually is closed off in Mine-Z2, the bottom, which is another one of those connections right there. There's a lot of things that are closed off that I wish people would have noticed, and no one really did.
I know that when Shrine was first released, there was a whole bunch of theories on the forums of the connection between Mine-Z1 and Mine-Z2.
Yeah, we
And
had
I
a
think,
field day reading those.
Yeah, I think Mosh, is the general consensus that Mine-Z2 is the prequel to Mine-Z1?
yes, Mine-Z2
Was before Mine-Z1.
and there is a lot of law that backs this up, but I will go into.
There
Alright.
is still a couple of lore blocks in the dungeon itself that people have missed, that are in the hotspots. Actually, if we look around this room,
I hate that every single time.
there's a hidden Robert head.
Yeah, no, we found that
Yeah.
not too
What?
long
Found
ago.
that?
It's
Yeah.
right over there.
I think
I
we
hit
point that
all
out
the
every time we
major-
do it.
All the major builder and staff that helped in this dungeon's head around the dungeon. Don't go into the next one.
I don't know how I feel about that. I mean,
Robert's head.
Does it-
God,
I always wondered if it
can
said
anyone see the
anything.
Fu Manchu from down here? There's a little Fu Manchu.
But this room right here was another one that I built. Shrine I think took maybe 4 months to build, and one of those months I just decided to stop working on it. So this was the last room that I did when I was looking for inspiration, and it was based off of Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, which was a big influence for the dungeon itself.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because in
Golden
Twilight
Dun-
Princess, there's a dungeon where you travel back and forth through time. And while we're not time traveling in this one, it's like a pseudo time travel, because it can be assumed that this might be underneath Helia in Mine Z2. And so going into this one in Mine Z helps bridge that. And then, you've got Hestral right here on the bottom, which is the same one as in Helia as well.
I just F5'd, and when I F5'd back, I saw that there was like a spawner down here.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
there?
We can never get mobs to spawn in here, and I don't know why. But
Too bright.
yeah, I think it was too bright, but they could have spawned through the walls, and they never did. I think there's like 15 spawners in this room, and they never spawned.
Wait, are the walls empty? Are they hollow?
No, I filled them up. I spent like 2 hours filling up the walls, and nothing ever spawned.
Wow. So this room would have been way harder.
It would have been way harder if I tried to fix that.
See some of the back work if you look.
Is there anything special with the glasses on the left and right, or are they just?
No, those are just kind of cool.
Yeah.
So as we go into this next room, another thing that we'll see is this tutorial section, which wasn't really added in until after the catastrophic whole milk playthrough. the Mind Fanatics one, which really helped shape how the dungeon would come out.
Yeah.
Dance Dance Revolution.
Yeah, Dance Dance Revolution and the Maze of Doom.
The Maze of Doom.
It was scary.
It was fun.
Are we gonna go into
it?
this?
Isn't that for like half hours?
When they originally tested it, it would play the mini boss theme from Legend of Zelda, and we were gonna try to fit mini boss themes into all the maybe 4 mini bosses. I mean, they're not exactly mini bosses, but
yeah, we're good. Everybody get up.
There are 4 significant rooms, and so it would have played that until you did that. And Robert put a lot of work into that, and I was like, we don't need a mini boss theme anymore.
That's sad.
A lot of the mini boss rooms you see are Robert using his masterful project skills, and you can see the difference between my project work and Robert's.
And then there's mine.
And then there's Matt's, which is very rudimentary caveman styles. So
it's just opening doors.
When we go forward, everyone get into one of the houses and we'll talk there.
Okay. Should we go into the one that Whole Milk and them went?
Go into Matt's house. It's the one closest.
Okay.
It's a far
you have to
one.
get out
it's
and
far
then
one.
get back.
Oh, is it the far one?
Well, we're already
go to
in
the
this
closest
one.
I'm going to the far
Halo.
one. I don't know about you guys, but I'm going to my house.
Yeah?
Do you wish to reveal something that's in this room?
Oh, you mean Joe's head?
Yes.
That one's hidden really well.
It's the most important
Yeah,
one,
is it?
obviously.
Yeah, there's a head. My head is hidden in here somewhere.
I
So,
want to find it.
let me see.
See.
There are
Not
some
there.
stories about this place.
Oh my goodness.
This is also a part of Hellion.
Oh
this
yeah.
This is also a part of Hell Yeah. This is
I don't think I have ever seen this.
You've never seen
lore
this?
block.
Which one?
This one in this house?
Oh yeah, that one.
This is one of the ones up found for us.
Oh yeah. Because everybody was just way too terrified to go through this area because of all the pigman spawners or just zombie spawners
Yeah,
in general.
The pigmen would bottleneck people into the houses and then they would get stuck here.
That's why
But,
no one's ever found my head.
Yeah, so a thing that we realized when we come into this is that I needed a way to get people through Helia, but I didn't want to put the whole town underneath because there wasn't enough room.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
the
where's
head
he?
is on. That's for you guys to find. I'll leave that.
I already
aside.
Matt, vanish yourself.
Is it up there?
Yep. But a thing that happened with Shrine was, I think, an evolution in what it was gonna be. Originally,
Right click on it.
it was gonna be who played HCF here?
I did.
I did.
Did you play way back when Kaylin made? She had this
No, I
like an
didn't.
evil tower called the Cube, and it was this like all-spark looking thing, and it was it was the reason we raised Shrine of the Dusk originally. We can get down lower into the sewer so you guys don't die.
Yeah.
You guys
Crap.
always go down the
Oh, there's
way,
another
too.
lore block here.
Oh no,
Yeah.
we back up.
I don't. The way that you guys go down, I'd never even noticed.
Oh,
It was
really?
just like oh, they found a way.
Yeah, there's a way with the water drop so you don't take
Yeah,
damage.
so you don't take damage.
But
Died.
Sad died. We'll bring him back.
It's sad though.
I just realized
Why
one of
does
the
that
heads
exist?
said something, so I'm just gonna sneak over.
That's really
What?
cool.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, exactly.
Go.
Go ahead.
Joe's?
It may
You
say
find Joe's
something.
head?
All right, Sad.
Oh,
you can
yeah,
try to
that-
find
that
some of
had
your
said
stuff. I'm
something,
not sure
too.
what exactly you'll find.
People went to the church for
Found rotten
sanctuary,
flesh.
but there is no sanctuary
Yeah.
I picked up
anywhere.
your boots then.
All right, stay in this main
Oops.
hallway up here, and don't go into the painting maze, or we'll get stuck. So the original one was going to be this cube that Kaylin made, and it was literally death. Oh, everywhere death. It was really scary.
Ah!
It belongs in that.
Okay, wait, I'm coming.
Would have been Robert
Alan,
that,
I'm right
that would have
behind
to
you,
do the
Dusk.
redstone for that.
Oh, we're dead.
Oh, yay.
There's a pigment ball. Ah!
Why are
They swim so fast.
Guys, we may need some zombie defense up here.
Alright, we'll bring Minereepers back
Oh,
over
holy
here.
smokes.
I'm back. Wait.
We'll do a regear somewhere. I'm
Yeah.
not really sure where. But
We can
we'll
do it in
talk.
the next after the painting.
We probably have to get through this. I mean, I would like to sit and talk, but we keep spawning mobs everywhere. The only safe room is
So you said
the,
that this was gonna be the start of the cube of death.
the intersection. Oh no, the Cube of Death, like the entire dungeon itself wasn't even here. It was the Cube of Death, which is the reason why we raised Shrine of the Dusk up with like another 50 blocks or so,
Hey,
because it
Minereepers.
wouldn't fit over there.
Back by the waterfall
And
here.
so we had the Cube of Death right there, and then we
That's-
removed that, and we still had the world. You remember the world event arena where the Night's Watch defended the zombie gods?
Yeah.
That's still actually partly underneath this place. It's a huge place underneath there. I hollowed the entire place out, and we still have part of that. And that was gonna be the original boss room, and it would be that you fight like a wither with some kind of like maybe like an Annie wither.
Oh.
But we didn't do that because custom mobs are harder to code. And
Yeah.
So we didn't go that route. But that was gonna be you would fight it in that area, and you would have all that cover. So I don't know what it was gonna be. And at that point, Kenzai took over, and Kenzai was gonna do this this transition between light and darkness, and he was gonna try to utilize the hopper minecart thingies, and create like a light tracking thing. And that wasn't exactly possible with the redstone that we had at the time. This was maybe a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
And you can actually see that if you go to the light trials, the glowstone that moves around the room that spawns the platforms
Yeah.
is based off of that idea. And
Oh.
so at that time it would have been a follow the light, and if you're in the dark you get killed kind of thing.
Huh.
But there isn't really a way to do that. Let's move on to the next room before too many of these mobs spawn.
Guys, just splash them out or something.
Oh, someone broke a painting.
Oh,
Oh, who broke the painting?
I think that was me. My
Blame
bad.
me.
Watch out, baby pigment. Whoa, we
Oh.
had extra health.
Alright, I
Okay,
can't remember
so-
this.
So no, it's strictly to the right. Just
Yeah,
going
is it
to the right.
Yeah, I don't even know my own.
There's a
so-
faster way, but
There's a faster way, it's called compassing.
So I know
Huh.
that like there was some sort of there some sort of hint to this
Yeah. So originally, this area was a lot harder.
significantly harder.
Significantly harder. Because this area was kind of blocked off, and you would have to. How did you get in here? Because it was
Swim.
kind of.
You
normally like that,
swam
but you have to
under the
swim underneath the
paintings.
things.
And this one was just a normal, you had to walk
This one
behind the
looked
painting.
just super normal, like a painting, so no one ever went through it. So when we did all the beta tests, no one ever completed this room. And when we got to home next thing, they spent 45 minutes in here and all died.
Yeah.
And that was a big wake up for us because, I mean, this isn't supposed to be the hardest room in the dungeon, but it killed everyone.
Yeah. The thing with mazes, though, is that once somebody figures out how to get through it,
Yeah, I mean, that
it's
is a problem.
out there.
And we'll talk about that because we're about to get to the Maze of Death. If you guys want to go down to the
Alright.
hallway, we can talk extensively about the dungeon.
You'd
You
have to
guys
go
just
through the
stop
maze
that.
of death before you get to that part.
Do you have the Maze of Death
No,
back in?
I still have the Maze of Death. We can bring everyone to it.
Cool.
I think I still have part of it. I might have cut half of it away. So we get to the intersection, and if originally the doorways didn't have colors on them, which correspond to trials, and if you were very, very observant, the one at the very beginning had a red over it to symbolize fire because you light those torches, which was another thing that Robert actually came up with after the whole milk thing. And that's just something that happens with dungeon planning, is that you have to adapt and build off of the criticism that you get, which isn't always good criticism.
Yeah, especially for one of this size.
Yep. But it definitely paid off. So, everything in here is completely new, but there was a half of a dungeon that we had already had about 3.5 weeks before launch, which was when we did the whole milk thing, because most of the dungeon was already done. So let me see if I can find the...
It's right here.
Don't go through.
Oh.
I gotta put night vision on. I gotta find the original one.
We're in the original one.
Yeah, it is right here. So if you come through here, we broke the... This is the Maze of Death, and there was a subtle hint that we had. So if you just run through here,
Okay.
You'll get put in here. And this is exactly like the graveyard one.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Except there's a small hint, and I'll let you guys go through. I think Mosh, did you do this before?
I know Saints did it.
Oh, Saints did it originally.
it.
I can't remember who in here. I know Matt. Well,
If I
of course
did
you
it, I
Matt.
totally forgot, so.
But this is the original first trial, and it was gonna be some kind of like truth thing where you have to use your mind to get through the dungeon.
From your channel.
But playing mind games with the user isn't always the best thing, especially with mazes. Because this one, once you figure it out, I mean, the first playthrough would probably be like 3 hours long.
Don't look out there. No, this isn't the right one. This isn't the end. This is just a hole in the wall.
Oh yeah, this is just a hole in the wall.
Yeah. It's like
Yeah, I
a good
remember
view
Saints
of-
was telling me it was almost always the Wither Skull, but it was like not always that. Like there, at one point it just switched up, and then you would
Yep.
lose.
And I got reamed really hard for that one. Because there were no clues or anything. I just, I was like, the user will find out eventually.
Coordinates are the best way to figure
Coordinates
it
are
out,
the
by the
best
way.
way. But the mindset I was in at that time was that I wanted to be as hard as possible because, no one wants their dungeon to be complete, man.
DCS.
That's true.
DCS.
So, what was the actual,
Help!
like, truth to this?
We're going the right way.
maze? Oh, okay.
I can't really tell you.
Here's the Wither Skull.
Part of the dungeon was built without being planned. And
no
that,
groundwork. Just
yeah,
make
no
it up as
groundwork.
you
It
go.
was just like, I'm just gonna make it up as I go, which is a very bad idea.
Oh, the Wither Skull's up here in this corner.
Oh, is it? Yep. Alright, this is the cutoff. So we go through here, and this is where it changes, and this is what caused people to spend like an hour
Oh,
in this
what
section.
did it change to?
Was
Was it this guy?
So if we look at the rooms,
This
there's
guy?
now there's 2 black to 1 white Wither Skulls. And that was the change that most people didn't notice because they would just follow the Wither Skulls.
Yeah. Oh,
And I'm already out of food.
I think
can
you
you give
should
us a little
mention
I'll get some.
Jacob Smile's head.
Oh yeah,
Significance
Jacob's
it
head.
has here.
So when we're doing this, Jacob was one of the first people to test this when I had it done, and he was like, "Oh, a maze, that's easy. I've done things like this before, no problem." And so I have him go through it, and he spends like an hour and 45 minutes in this room, going back and forth, and he can't figure it out. So we forever kept that as a memory, and when we go to the main intersection, his head's there, and it says, what does it say, Robert?
I solved
It's
it.
okay. I've done dungeons like this before.
Oh yeah, that one.
I've seen that.
That's hilarious.
And that's just like it was an inside joke between us, but I thought it was
So now we're
super
following
fun.
this guy, right?
Yep. So now we're following the white ones,
Oh, okay.
and now we get here. This is what Matt was talking about, Dance Dance Revolution, and this room itself is really hard.
Warning, enter
Robert, did you
together.
do the redstone for this one?
Yes.
You got
Darn did
So-
some of it.
Darn originally
That's
did it. What's gonna happen in this room is you will walk in there. It's gonna be all dark, and there'll be pads that light up, and you'll have to go over to those pads.
Can we get
Get
some
milk.
milk?
Yeah, we're gonna need some milk.
I need some pants.
You want to just
Milk
re-gear
potions.
just for Sam?
Yeah, I'm gonna go re-gear us.
7
'cause
milk
we'll probably
bucket.
need
3
it.
more.
Actually, we can probably get through this with the milk buckets.
Y'all need
Yeah,
more milk?
I should have penned that Darn did the main circuit for that.
I'm ready.
Wired it all up.
Do we have any good stories for this? I know that there was times when it would just fire super fast and kill everyone.
It took a lot of tweaking. At first, it would be extremely unfair, and you couldn't make
Yeah,
each platform
and I
before
think I
you
wanted to
died.
keep it too. I was like, they'll find a way.
So so give us a rundown on how you're actually supposed to do it so we can at least try.
Oh,
Instead of
well,
just
I have-
chugging.
I have night vision on right now, so let's take that off. So you'll run in here. I think it's got a 10-second 10-second timer on it before it starts, and
Okay.
it plays this cool animation where it sounds like it's going down. So we'll run in here. Best way
You
to
have to
do
go
it is
to
go
the
into
left.
F5,
Okay.
around for something to light up. I think it's the one over here that lights up
Yep.
first. And you have to get off really fast.
Go!
There's really no room for error with this.
This is pretty easy, actually. I like
And
it.
that was the
Yeah,
The
this
problem.
is
best
cool.
strategy is
It
to run
used
to
to be
the middle.
faster.
Yeah, it used to be like
Why
It
wouldn't
used
you
to
do
fire
this
like,
faster?
oh, Robert died. Used
Yeah,
to
the best
fire every 3
strategy-
seconds, and if you were with it, you were dead.
the best strategy is always to run to the middle
Go,
and then
go.
run to the one.
Yeah, F5 makes this a lot
Oh,
easier.
I got hit.
Whoa.
Go.
Oh, it's the opposite.
There's a reason I build them and
Oh.
don't play them.
Rip.
Oh,
Ah,
Sam
check
won.
this out.
Oh no!
So Halo, is this actually random?
Yeah, is it random or is there a
No, we
specific
couldn't do a
time?
random script at this time.
You could, but it would be much more complicated than it's.
Yeah, I didn't want to ask you to do a random script.
Well, Darn did that one anyways. So.
Yeah, what were you I think you were
Hello?
working on
Oh,
those.
that's it.
I got
Did we
Is
win?
it me you're looking for?
didn't get
I
hit
was
once.
doing
Oh my
the Ghost
God.
Like boss
Oh.
at that time.
Oh, hey, now we're here.
So
Oh,
stay
yeah,
in the
we're
intersection
back.
for a second, and you'll get some
Oh, we
Oh,
got
yeah, you
resistance.
resistance.
And regen.
Yep. And that's an older fall through because we had to change all the fall throughs in the dungeon.
Yeah. Wow, that's cool. I
I
like
like
that.
that. Why
puzzle,
didn't
actually.
that
yeah.
replace like
That-
actually?
That should stay.
That
Re-add
didn't
it.
stay in there.
Can we have like a
because-
choice between that and
Yeah.
That in the parkour room, let's
Uh,
switch.
that and the parkour? Yeah.
Matt, stop building. No, Matt.
Are we gonna go through the other way?
We're
Or
going
not?
through. We're gonna go through the water so we can talk about that.
The water's
So-
over there.
That's the airway.
No, the water's over here.
Yeah, the
I know,
water is
but
this,
why were you building
this way.
up the airway?
Because then once you finish the water, it unblocks it again.
I see what you're doing. Nah, it's fine.
Mhm.
So this was the thing that replaced the Maze of Doom.
I like this a lot.
This is the
too.
thing. This is the easiest thing ever.
I mean, this is a really easy thing to do, but I didn't want to make the dungeon so super hard. I wanted to be something
like
that
the Maze
people
of
would
Death.
do over and over again, and have a fun time. Because
Yeah.
the most important thing that I stressed when we did this was that people would have fun instead of die over and over again. Of course, you know, we want users to die,
That's DCS.
but
Fucking Matt.
if we want
It's
the
fun.
users...
You guys like it.
I do have fun, but then I die over and over again.
I have fun. I
That's
mean,
the
I have
Halloween
fun in
dungeon.
Shrine and die only a couple times, you see?
I'm
Good
a
game,
user.
not game, good game.
I'm a user too. I count as a person.
So we shifted over to trial system, which was somewhat implemented already, but hadn't fully been built upon. So the dungeon itself got a lot easier, but I think has more replayability because originally it was 50% maze.
Yeah, and that's not that fun.
And that's not fun to do over and over again.
Oh,
I hate
mine.
mazes.
Don't we all? And I mean, you guys still suck at this water thing, so.
I like the DDR thing though.
Whoa, somebody got shot.
This one broke.
Okay, somebody.
Yeah, because my butt was on it.
Oh, yeah, that happens.
Somebody
That's
shoot the
distance.
wooden button.
You missed, Cat.
Sorry.
Yeah, there. Now press it.
One job.
And we just have to do this one. There we go.
Yay, we did it.
We passed the
We did
DDR
it.
maze.
We did it. We
You must be
really,
good at
really
dungeons.
did it.
Put down all
Hey
the
Matt,
levers.
you wanna?
I don't think that
hold off?
works. God
Whatever,
damn
man.
it.
I got it.
So
Connected
this
from your channel.
Matt built this room. This is during crunch time, which was 2 weeks before we launched.
Oh god.
Which is when we pretty much ripped out half the shrine and rebuilt it to make it more fun.
I like the black ceiling because it's sort of like simple, but you don't know what's up there. 'cause you can't
Yeah,
see
that's
it.
the
That's
black ceiling.
Halo's thing.
That's my thing because I can't build ceilings. If you look at any of my cathedrals or anything, they all have very plain ceilings. And I was like, black ceilings, even with night vision on, you can't tell what it is, so it looks just kind of weird and mysterious.
Oh yeah, there's a nice build up there. You just can't see it.
You can imagine that there's a really nice ceiling there.
Here, Sad, take all
Actually,
this.
I just imagine like an opposite of a
I gotta
page
go.
extending.
I'll be back in a
Thanks,
little
man.
while.
Oh,
Have
see you,
fun.
Matt.
Adios,
Have
So,
fun
Matt-
explaining to them how many times you redid the fire trial room.
The fire trial room.
Have fun with that.
Can we kill
Oh,
this NPC?
there were a lot of things that we redid.
Or the lava parkour room. I guess
Yeah,
that's
the
more
Earth
seriously.
trial.
Why is it
have
called
fun
the
with
Trial
that.
of
So
Earth, not the
push
Trial
it
of
over
Fire?
the spawner. I mean, Spencer.
Well, we'll talk about it.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So are
We'll
we gonna
get
do
to
this
it.
one?
We're in the water. If you guys want to do it, you can.
I
Or I
forget which
can-
one's first.
Doesn't really
Doesn't
matter.
matter.
You can do any first.
Okay.
That's
But
why it's
I'm gonna
still
try
The
this
thing
one.
that I thought was cool
This is the hardest one.
is that you can't just spam click it to get it all to work because they all activate. The entire room activates. And I actually projected this all myself for once. Because Robert
Yes,
was
I
working
got it.
on the Shrine of the Dusk boss while I was doing this.
Two pigmen.
Two biggies.
And we can talk about the Shrine of the Dusk boss, Robert.
Another.
Because I
Oh,
know
dear.
our relationship still hasn't fully healed from that.
That's okay. DCS is taking its place.
I also made that, so I'm sorry.
Hopefully that changes very soon.
Yeah, hopefully very soon that changes.
Which one next?
Just do it,
Here,
Minereepers.
Mosh,
You
come
can do
help.
it, solo it.
I don't know if I can
I'm
solo
glad
it. Here, I'll
the
try.
open heart
Alright.
search.
Believe
Which
Which
way
way
is
if you
it?
can.
Alright, well,
Alright, it's green.
orange, red, green,
Purple. Ah, I missed it.
I
never
pressed
mind.
it. I pressed
Okay.
it.
I think David actually came up with the idea for this room.
Oh my god, pigmen. Oh!
Watch out, Robert.
I got launched.
I don't have a bow anymore. Who threw out their bow? Where would I copy their inventory from?
I have the bow.
Pick me, Robert. Pick me.
You have a lot of gear?
Guys, I got this cool thing.
What's the
we
cool
got two
thing?
of them.
Oh,
Ah.
I love the flashbangs.
Yeah, the
Thank
flash
you,
has got a
Cassie.
good,
Mhm.
got a good upgrade.
Let's
Can't
see.
see anything.
Oh yeah, you conserved your gear. I like that.
Purple, orange, blue.
Okay, purple.
Oh, I don't have any water. This is water, right?
Yeah, and
Maybe
then
I got
there's-
water. Here.
Green,
Blue.
blue.
Oh, damn it. We just
Yeah.
barely missed it.
There you go.
Yay.
Orange,
And 9 left.
Blue.
red, ball, green.
Green.
And blue. There we go.
Yay.
Yay!
Ooh,
So
slime ball.
you'll notice that those mobs spawn at the dispensers right there, which was added after we'd done it originally. Because I wanted to put spawners in here, but we had that same problem that we did back in the Temple of Time, at the beginning, where nothing spawns.
Yeah.
And so a lot of things are dispensers.
Oh.
I like it
And
though.
the thing that happened with the dispensers, because I started rigging them, is that they would just randomly go off and spawn like 15 pigmen. So we did a playthrough this one time, and the whole
Alright,
thing.
it's happening.
Oh, it's happening.
Oh,
Did anybody not get TV'd?
You don't have to stand in the middle, by the way. I didn't stand in the middle and got
You
TP.
don't know.
Oh.
That was fixed a while ago after people realized that if you stood like off of the center, it just wouldn't TP anyone.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I think every time
Okay.
we've done it so far, we've always get in the middle, get in the middle.
Yeah, we're always like, get in the
Yeah,
middle just in case.
I never said anything, but you guys are always like, get in the middle quick. If you don't, you're gonna be
Oh.
stuck.
Halo.
I always thought that was for the
what's with
boss.
all these skulls that say some really funny things sometimes?
Well,
These
there's
are
Jack
the
Sample
meme
ones,
skulls.
but it's not just so Jacob Smile.
This is a night that I got really bored building it, which happens a lot when I build.
Oh, so this is the Jacob Smile.
Yeah.
This is the Jacob Smile head from the Hallway of Doom.
I don't think I've ever noticed it.
Really?
You didn't
I've always
notice it?
looked
I
at-
noticed
I've always-
it.
There is
I've
also
always
blends
looked at
another
it
Easter
from this
egg.
side.
I clicked all
in
the meme
this.
skulls.
There's an Easter egg in here. There's another one that tells you to go look for his friend.
Yeah,
And I don't. Has anyone found his friend?
I don't think so.
So we'll talk about that. So some of these, Matt talked about. He was doing a world edit one night, the night before we launched the update, and it crashed the server because he forgot to set a second position.
Oh god.
And so we all do that once or twice. Torchwood.
hey, that wasn't position 1, position 2. That was just replacing it.
Oh, that was so good.
Nice.
But he forgot to change his position, so he essentially world edited the entire Mindsy map away. But then it was like, no, you can't do that. So it corrupted, and we lost the entire lore block and command sign repository. So when I get on the next day and it's like 2.5 hours before the launch, I'm like, well, let's just make sure that the dungeons are working. And so the one with the most command signs is Ansgar's dungeon at Analyst Cathedral, where every skull says something.
Yeah, that's so good.
And I was like, hey, none of these skulls are working. That's really weird. So I unvanished and vanished because sometimes that has an effect on random things, and that wasn't working. So I got a bit worried at that point because we're 2.5 hours from
User in your
from
channel
release,
timed out.
and none of the dungeons work.
Alan dropped.
We lost Minereepers.
And the
With
God. Damn it.
welcome back.
I have no
I
idea what you said,
crashed.
Robert.
I crashed and lost the recording.
You did.
No.
No.
Alan, I was recording the whole time, don't worry.
Oh, you were?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we have Cat. Okay. Thank God.
You can have
So
mine.
Cat's not gonna upload this.
Oh, the pressure.
Oh man, is it your
If
internet?
he runs shaders at 200 FPS,
No,
it's
no,
not a potato.
that time it was my computer. Because if it was my internet, I could have just stopped recording and then whatever, wait until it got better or whatever, and then came back.
Hey, it happens to the best of us. For 2 years, my computer would just randomly overheat and crash, and I was like, well, my computer's getting old, but I don't want to get a new one, so too
That was
bad.
my old laptop. 4 gigabytes.
Then when I
Good
looked at
times.
it, because I have, how you have that case, the utility case that just comes off the side so you can look inside of it.
Yeah.
I took that off because I was like, it's overheating, so it needs more air. And
Yes.
and so I'm sitting here one night, and the CPU just falls out of the computer
Oh.
because the glue.
Oh gosh.
Oh my God.
How does it just fall out?
Just fell out.
It's like, oh, I'm
What
tired
was
of
your
hanging
reaction
on.
to that? What was your reaction to that, Halo?
It falls out of the. No, it happened before, but it was just
Before.
So it's an integrated CPU with a cooling block on top, and the fans attached the cooling block, and so that whole system just kind of fell out, and I was like, oh crap, and it did that because it overheated and the glue that attached it to the bottom had melted away, and so I just kind of stuck it back in there because it was still like molten glue. It worked for a while, and I was like, okay, good enough, and then it did it again, but this time like it wouldn't start up again, and so I'm looking at it and I realized that for the past 2 years I'd installed my CPU fan backwards, and so instead of
Oh my
instead of
gosh.
blowing the air into it, it was sucking all of it out of it.
This is when really Halo realized you'd done
And this
something
is when
wrong.
Halo realizes
This
that
is when
you
Halo
could-
realized he fucked up.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
Okay.
so that was great, but it's never overheated again after that. So I guess I did it right.
Win-win.
For the second time.
Much.
Wrong person.
No, I think I TP'd Minereepers and Robert TP'd Minereepers and Hale just TP'd Mosh.
All right, so we just finished that water one. Are we gonna commence recording here?
Yeah, we're good.
Are we good?
Can I do the intro?
And the intro.
What's up, guys? Computer crashing.
What's up, guys?
This is
This is
another
Russia.
room.
Back to
God
my
damn
video
it.
today.
A lot of people would exploit in the beta and stuff. And
Oh,
we'll get
that's
through. We're all gonna do this room because
Okay.
Robert has the
Hello?
1,000 command block
Oh, yeah.
cake here. So this room changed a lot, especially this final one when we step on the pressure plate. I'll shoot it.
Bro.
Were we gonna show like Memlock?
Ow!
Hello? I'm dead.
I'm dead.
So the potions don't do anything, but they cause you
Lagging
to
badly.
they cause you to not move at all.
Oh, I thought that was void.
Alright, everyone else jump up.
I can't hit the Zeds!
It's close up.
Oh! And this was changed after
Help
after all the
me!
beta tests. Holy crap! No one step on the pressure plates.
Oh god. I'm
Robert?
so dizzy.
Can't
Hmm?
see anything. We're going down.
Don't worry, I made this. I know how it works.
Minereepers, you're here.
Okay.
So Robert's gonna walk us through the many trials of building this.
Well, the cube here wasn't too bad. It was pretty straightforward. You just needed to get a signal from each of the pressure plates. It was trying to translate those into a two-dimensional motion that proved to be kind of complicated. I had to do several trial and error attempts at it, but eventually it came down to this monstrosity that's above here.
Yeah, if
Can we see it?
you were
Yeah,
able to see up above this roof, there's like 10 layers of command
Were we
blocks.
going to show that?
I want to
Um,
see it.
Who's
I just wanna
recording?
see
Because
the
we can
command
go
block.
up there.
I'm recording. And we might as well get Cat Sage now in case if I die again.
Pick it up. I don't want to hit these command blocks.
Okay, I'll see you now.
It's not gonna move.
I don't get to see.
I don't think that's the way you exit.
Oh my.
Yeah, we can just TP everyone. So this is our
Oh
this
my.
is monstrosity.
God.
1,196 command blocks went into this project.
Oh.
When I- So
This is
here's-
why the project took so long.
Here's how these rooms work. I'm like, hey Robert, is it possible to have the player step on a pressure plate and guide a platform around? He's like, oh yeah, super easy. Probably take a couple hours. And that's what he says. anytime I
Famous-
come to
I've
him.
done dungeons
Famous
like this
last
before, don't worry.
famous
I'm an
last
optimist.
words.
And that's what he says anytime you come to him with like a thing. Like you're like, hey Robert, I want a giant statue that moves around the map and attacks people. And I'm like, yeah, probably I can do that in about an hour or two. So he said, like,
Always
probably a
takes
couple
longer.
hours, and we start working on it, and he starts, doing these giant piles. I'm like, Robert, you said it was only gonna take a couple hours and it'd be super easy. And he's like, yeah, it's almost there. Don't worry about it. And so this stretches out for days of him just sitting here looking at these things, and he can talk for the rest of it about this.
Looking at these things.
Oh, did you like miss one and have to like look through them all?
No, I can go into what went wrong here. Thought I might just mention how the thing works, actually, though, first off.
Okay.
So each of these here, you can probably guess, corresponds to one of the pressure plates. And that will send a signal to the corresponding row. So you see these ones handle forward and backwards, and the ones over here go when you're going left to right. Anyways, that will send a signal down the chain here that will move the wool corresponding forward, which allows a signal to pass that translates into the motion into the next command block, which aligns on a grid, so that each of these blocks here, I'll just go trigger it for you guys to see.
Okay. Tell us like what direction and stuff.
Okay, this is when I'm going
Trigger.
left.
Left? Okay.
Oh, it moves to the right when you move left.
Whoa.
So you can see, if you notice that each of the command blocks on this row here will get, I think, is this one that places a dust, and then the other one, the column will place a redstone block, so where they meet up is where the platform will spawn.
Oh.
And since it's only moving one by one, it will just, each platform will remove the blocks around it so that you don't notice that it has moved, or that the other platform was erased.
What are those big other like sections of command blocks up above there all about?
So, yeah, I can talk about that. Here, I'll have to TP you down for it to make sense. But
Okay.
There's like blocking mechanism.
Oh yeah, probably.
don't move.
Okay.
Okay, so if you watch when I move the platform forward.
Oh god. I'm frightened.
Right beside you, behind you.
Yeah.
As it starts to cut into the side there, it starts to disappear.
Yeah.
And so if I go back up, I needed some way to handle those corners, or else it would start wiping out things I didn't want it to. So
the asexual platforms.
Yeah, well, I'll go into that. Oh.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. So these were actually done within the last 12 hours of the update, before the update. So these were kind of a last minute thing I had to throw together by hand. But each of these handles how the corners translate so that it won't wipe out other parts of the dungeon and not go out of bounds. But anyways, the issue. Sometimes you could get ghost blocks spawning when you would make a projection, and so there would be lingering redstone blocks that were invisible. And so when you would send a line of redstone dust, the ghost redstone blocks would still be powering other pieces of dust.
Yeah.
So random command blocks would start activating if they shared a column or a row with one that you were moving to. And that really plagued this room for the first, I don't know,
all the beta tests and up to the very end. And I was like, Robert, let's just leave it. It only happens in like 3 sections. And what are the chances of it happening? And then it happened during like one of your first playthroughs.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I remember it happened like, yeah, keep going.
But after, well, basically what we had to do is activate all the rows that were glitching out, and then we could clear them that way. And so eventually we got it taken care of.
Okay.
Towards the beginning, you had mentioned like why there isn't enough in this room. So we get through the 1,000 command blocks, and then we're like, well, there's not really anything that can kill them in this room. And so Robert was like, well, we could probably put some dispensers in the ceiling, and when they activate certain ones, it could drop a zombie.
Oh god.
I was like,
is that
well,
what's all those
I didn't want to spend,
command blocks down there for?
I didn't want to spend another like 24 days of Robert's time trying to incorporate those. So I was like, let's just put spawners in the pedestals. And,
Oh,
Andrew!
do that.
Bye.
Bye bye. So I was like, let's just put spawners in the pedestals. And
Yeah.
they might kill people.
Saints
And
is
so
the
if you
only
see-
one that's ever
Saints
been
is
killed
the
by
only
that.
person
No,
to ever
he's
have
not
died
the
in
one.
this room by that.